Hello and welcome back again to the 10th, yes, the 10th episode of The Beach Gamer. And that marks a special occasion because we're going to do a little bit of a challenge, and that's one that's been set recently in the community by a content creator called Gurnaldinho Plays. And what we're going to do is the name game challenge. So basically, for those who don't know what that is basically I'm going to find, I'm going to do a little bit of a twist, but I'm going to try and find 10 games to spell out my name, The Beach Gamer. Well, Beach Gamer, I should say. So, yeah, I mean, I could have used my real name, but I thought that'd be a bit short, and Beach Gamer's got 10 letters, and we're usually doing the top 10 kind of thing going on. So, yeah, we're going to carry on with that. And, yeah, so basically the criteria that we've made with a twist is it's got to be 10 different games from 10 different consoles. So, yeah, and we've got to find, obviously, we've got to find each letter that matches the game. For example, if I was for B for beach, I'd have to pick something. I could pick something like Barnyard for the PlayStation 2. But obviously, this challenge was really tricky to do because of what games I've got in my actual all around my consoles. Trying to find the right letter for the right console was really tricky. But I've had a lot of fun doing this. So we're going to crack straight on into showing you the B, and yeah, hopefully enjoy the video. Okay, so welcome to our B, and this will be represented by the Xbox 360, and this is actually Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts, and basically, yeah, Banjo is a big bear, and his female bird friend Kazooie with him. And yeah, they go on their adventures and trying to stop the evil Gruntilda from obviously destroying the land. To be honest, I've never really played this, so this is another good thing. I'm kind of learning about games as we go. Yeah, it's a really well-known game. A lot of people play it. It appeals to a lot of young people, this game, and yeah, it's been very popular. This Xbox 360 release, the Nuts and Bolts game, is actually the last version of the Banjo-Kazooie franchise as we know it. I'm not sure if they're going to make any more, to be honest, but I would probably be surprised if they did. But you never know, because old games are always getting resurfaced into the kind of new gen. So, yeah. Yeah, but definitely an interesting one, and one to look out for, and that is my B. For the start of the beginning, Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts, and now we're going to go into our E, A and C, and then we're going to come back for our H and show you a little bit more highlights. Okay, and straight into our E, represented by Xbox. Ash is back with his chainsaw and broomstick. It's Evil Dead, A Fistful of Broomstick. And it's straight into our A, represented by the Spectrum. And what can we say about this classic Sega arcade game? One of the most interesting games, Altered Beast. And into our C for our Nintendo DS, and obviously I was just trying to fill the void and try and find a game that represented C, and this happens to be Cats 2. Okay, and welcome to our H. So this will be represented by the PlayStation 1. And wow, what a hard game this is, and a classic for most. But how difficult is this game? This is actually called Heart of Darkness. And you're basically Andy, and you've got to kill a lot of darkness and solve a lot of problems. And it's a very, what I would call a very classic game. You need the manual to understand what's going on from the start. Otherwise, you know, you are just basically like, what is this game about? But yeah, as you can see, you're running from screen to screen. You've got to destroy things, solve puzzles, and I've heard a lot of feedback from this game before, where it's a very difficult game, but it's a lot of fun as well. So, but yeah, a PlayStation 1 classic in itself, and that's our H, Heart of Darkness, and yeah, now we're going to go into our G, and yeah, we'll crack on. Okay, so one of the most popular video games of all time makes it onto the list as our G, and this is represented by actually the PlayStation 3. and I'll just quickly show you what it is. It's of course God of War, and this is actually the collection edition, so it has 1 and 2 on. And this is basically our friend Kratos. He's fighting his way through the kind of ancient civilization with all the gods, and destroying knights, and basically trying to end his nightmares. And what is a really fun kind of like a battle kind of dark RPG game. Yeah, it's really good fun. I highly recommend it. It's got some great graphics. And yeah, it's one of the best games to ever come out. Started on the PlayStation 2 originally, and yeah, it's sort of continued on to the PlayStation 3, and with great success. And you can see why. You know, it's a lot of button bashing and a lot of good fun, a lot of special moves and combos. And yeah, this is our G, and now we're going to go straight into our A, M, and E, and then we're going to come back with our R. Cheers. Okay, so straight into our A, and this is representing the PlayStation 2, and this is over 45 games for the Atari 2600 packed into this Activision anthology. And straight onto the M, represented by the Sega Mega Drive. If you like skeletons and you like aliens playing American football, Mutant League football's for you. And into our E, and one of the most popular and classic platform games of all time for the Super Nintendo is, of course, Earthworm Jim. Okay, so here we are with our last game, and obviously it's an R, so we're just going to quickly run through the 9 that we've spoken about before we get into the R. And it's obviously B for Banjo-Kazooie and Nuts and Bolts on the Xbox 360. We got E, Evil Dead on the Xbox original. We got A, Altered Beast on the Spectrum. We've got C, Cats 2 on the Nintendo DS. We got H, Heart of Darkness on the PlayStation 1. We've got G, God of War on the PlayStation 3. We've got Activision Anthology on the PlayStation 2. We've got Mutant League Football on the Sega Mega Drive, and we've also got Earthworm Jim on the Super Nintendo. And that leads us to the Master System. And you can probably guess what this is. Now, this is actually a rare game for the Master System. Not apparently not so many of these were made. But this is actually Road Rash, one of the best games, retro games, I believe to be probably the best motorbike game ever, I reckon. Great soundtrack, so much fun, smashing people with your, I don't know what they used, like chains off their bikes and stuff, whilst racing at the same time. It was such a simple idea, but it really caught on well, and I think it was really well executed. And well, for those eagle eyes out there, this is actually the PlayStation 1 version, but I do have the game, and this is represented Sega Master System. So that is the R, and that is Beach Gamer Spouts. And yeah, I just want to thank Gurnaldinho Plays for this idea, and hopefully a lot of the community, the gaming community, will jump on it and give this a go, because I had so much fun doing this, especially with my twist, and trying to find each letter for each console. And I want to thank you again for another episode of The Beach Gamer. Take it easy and peace out. Remember to like and subscribe. Cheers.